You're watching North Alabama's news leader. This is News 19 at 9.
A blue alert's been issued for a Lauderdale County corrections officer, and this after the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office says a murder suspect and corrections officer went missing. Right now, deputies are searching for inmate Casey Cole White and Vicki White, Assistant Director of Corrections. That's where we begin the news at 9. Welcome in, everyone. I'm Greg Screws. News 19's Addison Willman joins us now live outside the Lauderdale County Courthouse, where the sheriff gave an update just over an hour ago. So, Addison, what's the latest here?
Greg, Lauderdale County Sheriff Rick Singleton told us that his department is still looking for answers. But here's what we know for now. Vicki White has been a corrections officer for about 25 years now and was working as the Assistant Director of Corrections at the Lauderdale County Jail. According to the sheriff, Director White claimed that she would be taking an inmate, Casey Cole White, to a mental health evaluation at the Lauderdale County Courthouse at around 10 o'clock this morning. But no evaluation was scheduled for that time. She also claimed that she would be seeking medical attention from a doctor, but records indicate that she never made that appointment. Vicki White's patrol vehicle was spotted as early as 11 o'clock this morning at a local shopping center. Then at around 3:30, authorities confirmed that the inmate was also not at the Lauderdale County Courthouse. Sheriff Singleton says everyone in the department is shocked.
Years, and I can tell you that every employee in this office is shocked that she's missing and that this has happened. We're just sort of in disbelief. She's been an exemplary employee. Obviously, we're looking at all angles. Did she assist him in escaping? That's obviously a possibility. So we're looking into that as one angle of the investigation.
In the last 10 minutes, Sheriff Rick Singleton has confirmed to News 19 that the officer turned in her retirement papers yesterday. Sheriff Singleton says they have very little information on the whereabouts of Vicki or Casey White. We don't know if the officer is in danger or not, but we do know that the director had a 9mm pistol on her when she left the jail. Authorities ask that if you see either of these people, do not approach them, call 911. Sheriff Singleton told us that'll be giving us an update at 9:30. This is obviously a developing story, so stick around. I'll have more for you at 10 o'clock. Live in Lauderdale County, Addison Willman, News 19.
All right, thank you, Addison. Good job. He'll keep us posted on this. Casey White was scheduled to go to trial this year for the murder of Connie Ridgway. She was found stabbed to death in her Rogersville home in 2015, and in 2020, while serving time in state prison, White requested to speak with Lauderdale County investigators and confessed of being hired to kill her. That news, of course, as you can imagine, created a wealth of emotions at the time for Ridgway's son.
People still have questions and they still have doubts about everything, but we're hopeful that he's the one and the truth is out there already.
Roughly a month after being charged with Ridgway's murder, White pleaded not guilty and not guilty by reason of mental disease to the crime. But right before that hearing, White allegedly was found with a shank trying to escape from the Lauderdale County Detention Center and take someone hostage. The judge then ordered White be moved back to the prison system.
Just put the gun down. The sheriff will be here in a minute, okay?
White had been serving 75 years in prison after being convicted for attempted murder and a slew of other charges. Those also stem from a crime spree in December of 2015 that covered 2 counties and 2 states. And as this video shows, White eventually surrendered to Limestone County authorities after hijacking multiple vehicles and leading authorities on a high-speed chase. For now, White is scheduled to go to trial for Ridgway's murder on June 13th in Judge Benjamin Graves' courtroom, and you can learn more about White's past in the story on WHNT.com. Addison said we'd have an update at 9:30. We'll have plenty more on News 19 at 10.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Danielle Dozier.
Good evening. Taking a look at our temperatures right now, we're still at 70 degrees in Meridianville, low 70s in Florence, 70 in Coleman, and 66 degrees in Huntsville. Overnight tonight, we're cooling to about 60 under a mostly clear sky with light winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the southeast. Other area low temperatures tonight, cooling into the upper 50s in Scottsboro, mid 50s in Fort Payne, low 60s across northwest Alabama. We are tracking a chance for a shower or thunderstorm both Saturday and Sunday. So I'm going to show you the latest timeline, new information information on the model data tonight in regards to which day will be the wettest. That's coming up in about 10 minutes.
All right, thank you, Danielle. The CDC issued a nationwide health alert after a mysterious outbreak of hepatitis in children, as cases have now been identified in 6 U.S. states. At least 4 of the children required a liver transplant, and 1 child has reportedly died from liver failure. News 19's Archie Snowden's been following this story and has the latest.
Okay, thank you, Greg. Now, health officials around the world have been on the march to try to find anything in common with these cases, but health experts around the world agree that this one may be just too hard to explain. Now, the CDC reported that 1 child has died in Wisconsin, and health officials are now worried that this is indeed may be an outbreak. What makes this even more difficult to determine is that the children are now nowhere near each other or connected to one another. Delaware, New York, Illinois, North Carolina, Wisconsin, and the 9 cases reported here in Alabama. Doctors have found 9 children, the 9 children in Alabama with acute hepatitis who were previously healthy but had been diagnosed with the adenovirus, which is associated with the common cold, but doctors admittedly are at a big loss.
I never thought I was going to face something like this. I mean, when you go into pediatrics, yes, you're going to see sick kids, but and you know it's going to happen, but you know, not these often within our specialty. We see these events of acute liver failure or acute hepatitis really close to each other.
Dr. Gutierrez said that acute hepatitis is often caused by contamination in food, but none of that has been connected to any of these cases. 20 cases have been reported in the United States, and the CDC continues to investigate. For now, we're live in Huntsville. Archie Snowden, News 19. Republican Senate candidates are taking aim at each other as it appears a debate will not happen before the primary election. Last night, News 19 reported we had planned a debate hosted by the Alabama Republican Party involving Senate candidates Mo Brooks, Katie Britt, and Mike Durant. However, only Brooks unconditionally agreed to take the stage. Britt said she was willing to debate only if Durant participated. Thursday, the Durant campaign said he would not debate because Britt did not want to debate, but organizers have clearly said Britt's campaign did not at any point withdraw. Durant spoke in Dothan last night saying he would be open to a debate, but it's not a priority.
We have no issue with the debate. It's about just getting it scheduled. You know, right now my priority though is to get out and meet with voters like I did today. I mean, you get a lot of great feedback. You understand better what is important to the Alabama voter.
Durant says he's more likely to debate if there's a runoff situation. Katie Britt reached out to News 19 after the comment from the Durant campaign on Thursday saying, saying, quote, Mike Durant's not only afraid to debate Katie Britt, but now he's also lying about it. We've accepted 3 separate dates from the Alabama Republican Party Next Star debate, and we're looking forward to Katie showing on stage she's the best candidate, end quote. Meanwhile, Mo Brooks' campaign is calling out both Durant and Britt for their views on their debate posture. In it, Mo says, quote, I'm willing to take questions from the public and answer honestly about what I believe and why. Anything less is a disservice to the people of Alabama, end quote. News 19 has received multiple viewer tips over the past few months of poor-tasting drinking water in Moulton. Residents say they've had to deal with bad water for a long time. Many say they've had to buy water bottles or water filters, and the city of Moulton is aware of the water issues. It sent a notice saying the color and odor are linked to growth of algae. They say the water is safe to drink. The notice says the city's current water treatment plant is limited in what it can do to correct the problem.
You're burdened with a high water bill that always goes up, and then, you're dealing with your household problems that it's causing. I mean, I feel like at this point it's not necessarily our responsibility to go out here and buy extra water and stuff like that. The city needs to fix the problem. That's what they get paid to do.
News 19 reached out to the utility department and the mayor's office. We haven't received a comment. In national news, a former U.S. Marine and young father could be the first American killed in action while fighting in Ukraine. According to his family, though so far his death has not been confirmed by U.S. officials. The family of 22-year-old U.S. Marine veteran Willie Joseph Cancel says he was killed while fighting with international forces in Ukraine. He's believed to have joined the fight in March. Cancel leaves behind a wife and an infant son.
Our hearts go out to his family and loved ones. We don't have official confirmation, even though we've seen the reports.
Ukraine's president tweeted his thanks to the U.S. for its support of his country, one day after President Biden called on Congress to approve an additional $33 billion in Ukraine aid. The president expected to send and sign the Lend-Lease Act after the House issued the final passage Thursday. That bill will allow the U.S. to lend or lease military supplies and weapons to Ukraine. A new lease on life thanks to a complete stranger. How a young girl now has a second chance in this week's Tell Me Something Good.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast, sponsored by Greenway of the Shoals. No fees whatsoever on your next car. A new way, the right way. GreenwayoftheShoals.com.
Welcome back into weather, taking a live look over the city of Huntsville. We've got 66 degrees and a southeast wind at 7. What we don't have anymore are the fireworks. We're setting them off at Panoply at right around 9 o'clock, and I was just able to roll on it, so hopefully I'll have that for you at 10 and show you the fireworks display. But just a gorgeous evening out there for Panoply and for any of your outdoor plans. Saw a lot of people out there and downtown earlier tonight. Well, tomorrow it's another good day to get out. Mix of sun and clouds, and it's going to be a warm one. Temperatures are going to be climbing into the lower 80s tomorrow with about 83 degrees. This is the hourly forecast, as you see. Still warm through 6 and even 8 p.m. We do have a slight rain chance coming in. I'll show you more on that in a minute. Maybe you're not going to Panoply and you want to go for a hike. Montesano. Temperatures hour by hour, 66 at 8 a.m., 78 at noon, and 83 at 4. The winds will pick up throughout the day out of the south between 10 and 20 miles per hour, and we could have occasional gusts to 30. So it's going to be a rather windy day for us. Aside from that, the heat is going to be the big story. Temperatures elsewhere across the region tomorrow, lower 80s from Fort Payne to Fayetteville to Meridianville, Russellville and Muscle Shoals. UV index climbs to 9 tomorrow, still very high, much like today. So make sure you're putting on that sunscreen, reapplying it often, and staying well hydrated. When you factor in the humidity, which will be building over the weekend, to the air temperature, you get the feels like numbers. So it's going to feel like the mid 80s by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Take a look at the extended forecast over the next few days into Sunday and Monday. Maybe you're heading out to the Huntsville Championship, still going on through May 1st. 80% chance of showers and storms. That's going to be primarily for the morning hours, and then 70% chance of showers and storms on Monday, with that high climbing to 85. We're mostly clear overnight tonight, but clouds will be around early tomorrow morning. We get into the afternoon, and if the cap or the lid on the atmosphere breaks, then we could have a pop-up shower or even an isolated thunderstorm, and that goes for really anywhere across the area. I will say that cap, if you will, is a little weaker from points along and east of 65, so might see a little activity here, but we can't entirely rule it out west either, as you see. Now, if a storm does develop, it could contain some very heavy rainfall, some brief gusty winds, possibly the strongest producing some small hail. On Sunday morning, we're going to be tracking a line of showers and storms coming in from the northwest, and that's going to be leading to another risk of these thunderstorms coming on through that could be strong in intensity. I believe I went back a frame, so we're going forward again here. Let me get back to Sunday morning and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. So showers and storms coming in from the northwest, and they're going to be pushing through during the morning hours. So panoply is actually not going to be a washout. Your weekend plans won't be a washout. As you see, once that clears, there could be an additional pop-up shower or storm as we head into Sunday afternoon. So a lot of things to watch, but neither day is going to be raining all day for your outdoor plans. Just know it's going to be very warm and humid and unsettled as we head into all of next week.
All right, thank you, Danielle. A little girl in Colorado is living a full, healthy life thanks to a new liver from a complete stranger. Next, our nation's Ashley Michaels has the story in this week's Tell Me Something Good.
The bond between twins is special, but for Remy and Kennedy, growing up side by side was the first sign something was wrong.
With twins, it's very easy to see how they're growing. He was, she wasn't.
Doctors at Children's Hospital Colorado diagnosed Kennedy with a rare genetic disease that causes liver failure.
Kennedy had a disease called PFIC. It's where the liver can't excrete bile normally, and so kids get severe itching.
She says Kennedy wasn't dying, but wasn't living a full life either.
She was vomiting all the time, so we were worried that she wasn't getting enough nutrients.
The only cure, a new liver. But Kennedy wasn't sick enough to get on the transplant list.
By nature of how the list works, she would have had to get really sick before she would be offered a liver.
As parents, that was not something that we could come to terms with.
That's when they did this.
She put out a post on Facebook basically looking for a liver, and we had responses from all over the country,
including one from a complete stranger in Texas.
She thought that the reason that she and her husband hadn't had children yet is because she was meant to help Kennedy first.
That woman became what's called a living donor, giving a piece of her healthy liver to Kennedy and a second chance at life.
That's been the best part of all this, is actually watching her be able to be a kid.
They're now hoping their story helps save another life.
I hope people can see that this short amount of time of discomfort that you may and will experience being a donor leads to a whole new life for somebody like Kennedy.
Good folks in the world. After day 2 of the Huntsville Championship, the field's going to shrink. North Alabama native Connor Godsey is looking to join the handful of golfers on day 3 or 4. We'll tell you what happened in the Huntsville Championship next in sports.
Now, Tennessee Valley Sports with Rocco DiSangro.
Out of the 156 golfers competing in the Huntsville Championship, only one is from North Alabama. Connor Godsey was born in Rogersville, played for Lauderdale County, and then UNA. Now on the Corn Ferry Tour, he's looking to climb professional golf's ladder. Olivia Whitmire is at the Ledges with more.
After round one, Rogersville native Connor Godsey said he felt like he didn't really have his best stuff, but he felt like he hung in there pretty well. He looked to make a few more putts and really get rolling in round two. Hole 9 at the Ledges, but Godsey's last of the day, a par 3 with a great shot to start it off for the former Lauderdale County Tiger. Now this hole was giving a lot of guys issues on their second stroke. Godsey just barely missing this first putt, but he will sink it on his third shot, no problem, finishing round 2 under 1 with a 69, so he is even through 2 rounds, and Godsey once again optimistic about his game after Friday.
Made it a little harder on myself than I needed to today. Hitting the ball really well. Putter can heat up a little bit at any moment, kind of waiting on that. I think it will. Yeah, I feel like I'm playing some pretty good golf. Giving myself a lot of opportunities, just need the putter to heat up a little bit.
Tonight on News 19 at 10, you'll hear from 2 of the guys at the top of the leaderboard following round 2, and they'll tell you why they think this golf course is unique. Reporting at the Ledges, Olivia Whitmire, News 19 Sports.
Here's a current look at the round 2 leaderboard. Eric Barnes is in first at 11 under. Harrison Endicott is 1 stroke back at 10 under. Quade Cummins, 8 under in 3rd place. Sung Young Kim is in 4th at 7 under. And Connor Godsey, he did make the cut. That is awesome. He is tied for 52nd. Barely made the cut, but he's playing on, so that's big for him. Congrats, Connor. Calhoun College suspended its athletics programs in 2001, but last October, it announced the return. Volleyball, as well as men's and women's basketball, all coming back this fall. And with that comes recruiting. That's why this day was so special for East Limestone's Taylor Thatch. She became the first student athlete to sign with Calhoun's women's basketball program since it was dismantled. Now, after battling back from a torn ACL, Thatch will get to play the sport she loves at the next level.
Dream come true, to be honest, because I've always wanted to play basketball since I was little. I mean, I've been playing since I was in kindergarten, so it's like a dream come true. They've been here since day one, you know, they've been here since I tore my ACL, and it's just been a pleasure to be with them and have the amazing coaches that I've already had, and my sisters. These friends are like family, so yeah.
I've never had a knee injury, let alone an ACL tear, but I can imagine how tough and grueling that process is to just get back. Good for her.
Absolutely.
All of that, it came full circle, and it was so great to see her with her friends and family
The perseverance it takes to come back from that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, absolutely. So all Connor Godsey's got to do, if he shoots 2 62s, 62
Listen,
Saturday and Sunday.
It is possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Hey, you never know what those guys are.
Never count my man out.
That's right. Absolutely. Go Connor. A pair of twins in upstate New York celebrating their first birthday soon, but the milestone is something many thought would never happen. The baby's parents were told there was a problem with the pregnancy. It would likely end in a miscarriage, so they were referred to a clinic that focuses on high-risk pregnancies. After many care visits, ultrasounds, and a month-long hospital stay, the girls were born June 21st, 3 months early. Abby and Olivia, just 2 pounds.
The length of their body was the length of my hand, and it was just very surreal knowing that a baby that small could grow and survive.
Both girls stayed in the NICU for about 3 months and were able to go home right around their due date. Olivia's still seeing a pulmonologist, and Ashley says the girls won't have any long-term effects. Hey,
Man,
good for
that
them.
is awesome.
Smart people to care for those kids like that. See you at 10.